Ever wondered what the future of food might taste like? No, we're not talking about 3D printed pizzas or AI cooked omelets. Instead, imagine a world where the humble pig and the noble goat unite, not in a barnyard, but in a high-tech lab. Yes, folks, we're talking about the next big thing in food technology, the Poat, a pig-goat hybrid. Now, you might be thinking, surely they can't be serious, but oh, we are. In fact, we're more than just a little bit excited about this groundbreaking culinary creation. Picture this, a creature that has the best of both worlds, the succulence and richness of pork, combined with the lean, unique flavor of goat meat. A new kind of burger, if you will, that surpasses the usual chicken, fish, and beef. A choice that adds not just variety, but a whole new dimension to your palate. But hold on, it's not just about the taste. This lab-grown marvel could potentially revolutionize the way we think about food. It could pave the way for sustainable, ethical meat production without the environmental and ethical issues associated with traditional farming. And if that doesn't get you excited, well, as the old saying goes, it don't matter, none of this matters. However, not everyone is thrilled about our porcine caprine friend. Some say it's an abomination, a Frankenstein's monster of the food world. Critics argue it's morally reprehensible, a violation of nature's laws. But then again, weren't tomatoes and potatoes once considered the devil's work? So, where do we stand on this? Is the Poat the future of food or just another flash in the pan? Are we on the brink of a gastronomic revolution or just playing God with our grub? Well, only time will tell. So, buckle up, folks. We're on a roller coaster ride to the future of food where pigs and goats unite in a delicious symphony of flavors. Or is it? But hold on to your forks, not everyone's ready to dig into this brave new world of gastronomy. Now, we're entering the muddy waters of the great meat debate. The critics, bless their hearts, they're not too thrilled about this whole Poat business. In one corner, we have the food enthusiasts, their mouths watering at the thought of a new kind of burger. And in the opposing corner, we have the moral crusaders, their brows furrowed, questioning the ethics of creating a hybrid creature solely for our consumption. Now, let's not pretend we're strangers to the controversy. Meat consumption has always been a point of contention, but this is a whole new ball game. This isn't just about eating meat, it's about creating life in a laboratory and then eating it. The critics argue, isn't it enough we're raising animals for slaughter? Now we're playing God and creating them too. But hey, let's not get too morose here. After all, isn't it a bit amusing? We're arguing whether it's right or wrong to eat a creature that wouldn't even exist without our culinary curiosity. It's like arguing if it's morally reprehensible to eat a unicorn burger. Well, of course it would be, if unicorns actually existed, which they don't, so we're safe on that front. And let's not forget, this is all about choice, right? The illusion of choice, as some would say, because at the end of the day, isn't that what we all crave? The freedom to choose between beef, chicken, fish, or the new kid on the block, Poat. So we have a culinary standoff, the foodies salivating at a new kind of burger, and the moral police crying foul. But remember, it don't matter, none of this matters. Because this isn't just about meat anymore, it's about what we're willing to accept as our future. So, whether you're up for a Poat burger or not, the question remains, are you ready for what's coming next? So you're thinking, what's the big deal? It's just another type of meat, right? Well, hold on to your forks, ladies and gentlemen, because the Poat Paradox is about to stir up your stew of understanding. Let's start with the environmental angle. Lab-grown meat, like our friend the Poat here, claims to be a more sustainable alternative. But wait, there's more. It's not just about the carbon hoofprint. Consider the water, the land, and the energy consumed in this lab-to-table process. It's like swapping your gas-guzzling SUV for a hybrid, only to find out it runs on unicorn tears. Then there's the ethical dilemma, the meat of the matter, if you will. We're not only playing with the building blocks of life here, but also messing with the menu. Some say it's a bold step towards a cruelty-free world. Others argue we're just trading one form of exploitation for another. To them, I say, it don't matter, none of this matters. Because, in the end, isn't all life just a cosmic game of rock, paper, scissors, health implications? Well, that's a whole other can of worms. Or should I say can of Poats? On one hand, we have potentially less antibiotic use and disease risk. On the other, we're dealing with the unknown long-term effects of such frankenfoods. It's like choosing between a mystery box and a known devil. What's more, there's the taste. Will our palates accept this newfangled fusion of pig and goat? Will our taste buds rebel? Or will they dance a jig of joy at the discovery of a new flavor frontier? So, to sum it up, the Poat Paradox is like a meal at a fancy restaurant. It's exciting, it's intriguing, and you're not quite sure what you're getting into. But hey, isn't that part of the fun? So, while we grapple with the moral maze of munching on poats, remember, the food of the future is a dish best served complicated. But let's not forget the most important question: how does it taste? Now, imagine, if you will, a hypothetical taste test of the poat meat. Picture yourself biting into a juicy poat burger. The first sensation is a rush of succulent juices, a symphony of flavors that's both familiar and yet strikingly novel. It's like a tantalizing dance between the sweetness of pork and the robust, earthy flavor of goat. As the juices flow, you're hit with a delightful crunch, the poat bacon crisp and crackling, adding a smoky undertone to the experience. It's a sensory roller coaster, a carnival of tastes, and you're the guest of honor. Oh, and did we mention the cheese? Melted to perfection, it blankets the poat patty in a creamy, velvety layer, a perfect counterpoint to the robust meatiness. And then there's the poat sausage. Oh, the sausage. It's a tantalizing blend of sweet and savory, with a hint of spice that kicks in just when you think you've got it all figured out. It's a riddle wrapped in an enigma, encased in a delicious golden brown skin that snaps with each bite. But let's not forget the poat steak. Grilled to perfection, it's a study in contrast, tender yet firm, rich yet subtle. Each bite is a revelation, a journey into the heart of this new culinary frontier. The flavors are bold, unapologetic, and yet there's an undercurrent of something almost nostalgic. It's like a trip down memory lane, if memory lane was a bustling street food market in some far-flung corner of the globe. In the end, it's a gastronomic adventure like no other. But remember, in the grand scheme of things, it don't matter. None of this matters. Whether you're pro-poat or anti-poat, whether you're a foodie or a fast food junkie, one thing's for sure: the future of food is anything but boring. So whether you're a fan of poat or not, one thing's for sure: the future of food is anything but boring. If you thought the poat was wild, wait till you hear what we've got for you next. Just when you thought science had reached its peak with the creation of the poat, that peculiar pig-goat combo that's been sizzling on our barbecues, well, dear listeners, it seems we're only just beginning to scrape the bottom of the lab-grown meat barrel. In our next exclusive, we'll be venturing into a world where the line between reality and dystopian fiction blur, a realm where the taste buds are pushed to their very limits, a place where the smell of blood, rotting bodies, and foul environments are not only endured but actually incorporated into the dining experience. Yes, you heard it right. It's as if someone said, hey, why don't we make our meals a sensory horror show? And you know what? It don't matter. None of this matters. It's all part of the grand spectacle, the ever-turning carousel of culinary curiosity, where the most outlandish ideas are not only entertained but celebrated. It's a circus, really, complete with its own sideshow of moral dilemmas and ethical conundrums. But let's be honest, who doesn't love a good spectacle? So, what do you say? Are you ready to take a deep dive into this brave new world of gastronomic delights? Are you prepared to challenge your palate and perhaps your stomach's fortitude? Are you ready to explore a future where the phrase acquired taste takes on a whole new meaning? Well, buckle up, because we're about to take you on a roller coaster ride that promises more twists and turns than a spaghetti bolognese. A journey that will make you question not just what's on your plate, but why it's there in the first place. So stay tuned, carnivores and vegetarians alike, as we dive into the deep end of the future food pool. Or should we say the foul-smelling blood pool?